everyone, today I have Joseph Joestar from the Mometria line. He retailed for about $40, and at least on Tokyo Taco Mode where I usually get my figures, he sold out immediately. So I actually had to get him from Mercari Japan using a proxy. And then that was a little complicated with Japan Post not being available and all these import fees. But at least I finally have him. I really love the box too. I love these shades of greens, they're really pretty. And also his promotional images just look great. I love how this side is also orientated horizontally. And really great to see like a full body image over here on the side. Here's Joseph out of the box. Literally speechless. His sculpt is amazing. I love how he looks. And here's a little side profile. This is such a great pose. I love how he's like leaning forward and then back. Turn him around just to see how dynamic the scarves are. They're intertwined. I love how they play around with his scarves. So cool. Here is what he looks like from the other side. His pose just extrudes like confidence and playfulness. That's what I really love about his expression. It's so silly, and he's got like this taunting finger out and a fist in the other hand. I love the gold details on his gloves. I'll do a comparison with two other Joseph figures that I own in a bit, but I want to zoom into his face here. First off, his hair, I love that it kind of curls up at the end. It looks like it's kind of blowing in the wind. And his little eyebrows, well, they're not little, they're huge. But yeah, I love his expression. Specifically, his little teeth are for some reason like kind of individually sculpted. Like they've got little rivets between them, which is interesting. I wouldn't have expected them to be so detailed. Usually it's just like a line of white for his teeth. But they are sculpted in there, so that's just kind of interesting. It kind of reminds me of like a puppy or a kitten, how they have tiny teeth. But anyways, I really like, specifically on the Mometria the JoJo figures, they have kind of similarly styled mouths, like the upturned lines on the sides of their mouth. Dio has really exaggerated ones. I think Cars as well, but I really like that. I really love that style. He has super vibrant colors. I can't remember what color belt Joseph has in the animation, because these are specifically figures from the animation. Because my other Joseph figures have just like brown leather belts, but this guy has a purple belt. I like it. I think it goes really well. I just can't remember what color belt he has in the animation. But yeah, I love the scarves. Like, these shapes are just amazing. And also I really love the silhouettes of his boots. Like, super nice. I love all these like indents and folds in his boots. That is just super cool. And then also the elephant in the room, this giant clear stand. I dislike this. What is this? I get that he needs something to weigh him down, but this is just so large and bulky. It doesn't let me see the other boot really well. The bottoms aren't detailed or anything. That's fine, because the stand takes away from the bottom of the other boot anyways, so not a big deal. And yeah, I love, man, like this is just a great figure, and I'm really happy that we're getting like more really great Joseph figures, but also just JoJo figures in general. Let me bring over some other, firstly, I think I'll bring over a Jonathan figure, because he also has a really big stand down here. But proportionally, it's not as large as this guy's. So there's that. I feel like there had to have been like maybe a different way to have him stand, but you know what? It is what it is. It could have been worse, but this is pretty bad. But let me bring over two other Joseph figures. Firstly, this is the pop-up parade version, and I was specifically a little disappointed with the colors on this guy. They are really dull, which is why I love how vibrant these are. I think sometimes they try to make him more dull to make him seem like more realistic or serious, but that's not him at all. I love these vibrant colors. His pants are like a nice bright blue, and especially his scarf and his tank top. I love the colors. Both of these guys were $40, and actually, you know who else was $40? This guy. So I think that's really funny. Pretty good price comparison. So all three of these guys were $40. I love all three of them, and I think they're all really good. They're also, the style of the Ichiban show Joseph is pretty different, so I feel like you can't really compare it in that way, but I'm so happy. I do think these are like the top 3 best JoJo figures. Sorry, for Joseph specifically. I could make like a whole video where I just rant about how inaccurate a lot of JoJo figures look, but I'm really happy that we've got these. Look at the scarves. I could also just talk about the scarves forever. Another gripe I had with both of these figures, actually, that this one doesn't have, is that the yellow paint on the scarves is kind of transparent. It's like not really bright, and so you can really tell that these yellows have this green undertone from the scarf, and so it doesn't make the yellow like pop. But this one doesn't have that issue. Look how bright that yellow is. I love it so much. Look at these guys. They're just so cool. I love the poses as well. I mean, like, JoJo figures have to have really great poses, and they all deliver. But let's go back to just this guy, the Mometria Joseph. Super duper cool. Highly recommend. I don't know if he's sold out on other places, but he is just so cool. So happy to have this guy. Alrighty, thank you for watching. Bye bye.